I mean, woo! Hey! Woo! That, folks, you can't beat that with a stick. I've never seen that before in my life. That's one of the funniest things I've ever seen. By the way, that version of that video, and I know some of you have probably seen it already, it's kind of all over, it's gone viral. It's all over the interwebs, the internets, the information superhighway. And that was from a guy, that version has, you might have noticed, the Top Gun music back there, which I think just adds to it. It's awesome. That was created by a gentleman named, well, this is his YouTube username, and I think I'm saying this right, Oorishoo, O-O-R-I-S-H-O-O. And he is from the UK. I actually contacted him to get his permission to use that, and he gave me permission and wanted to plug it. Yeah, funny stuff. He uses a lot of different versions. He uses like if you remember Airwolf from the 80s, that great TV series, and I think it was a movie too, maybe with the helicopter. He also uses the Top Gun. Couldn't resist the Top Gun. All I can say is while watching that, negative Ghost Rider, right? The pattern is full. Negative Orville, the pattern is full. So anyway, I think that's hilarious, and Bart, Mr. Janssen, said that he's actually considering selling Orville. So you got to wonder how much he really loved this animal to turn it into a helicopter corpse and then sell it. I don't know. But I'm wondering, what's next? I mean, okay, your cat dies, and then you put its innards, you take the innards out and you put in helicopter bits and it can fly. What's next? I'll tell you what I think should be next. Somebody, and look, I have a lot of duck hunters watching this show and friends, go get a duck, right? Have the duck stuffed with a remote controlled truck, like a monster truck, and just have the big wheels sticking out at the bottom, and have the duck stuffed like they're sitting on the water, and then you could just drive the duck around, and then Orville, the cat who's flying, could chase from the sky. See the irony? Wouldn't that be great? Get on that, folks. Make it happen for the big show. Oh man, well, let's get down to local news, because we've kind of traveled to Paris, and we also went wherever Mr. Janssen is. He's Dutch, but I don't know where he was when he actually did that. I don't think he's from whatever area. Again, I failed geography. But let's get local. Now, some of you may watch the A&E program, Billy the Exterminator. I think it's on A&E. I never watched it. I watched it once. And this is a local guy. He's out in Shreveport, and he's got his own exterminator program on the television there, and he's an exterminator, which I guess is an interesting enough job to have a reality show. Who knows? If the Kardashians, who have no job, can have a show, why not Billy? Billy got in a little bit of trouble, and one good thing, positive thing I think we need to focus on is that Billy went ahead and went to the authorities and reported this. But Billy got busted by Bossier City police for having what is called syntha-weed, which is apparently synthetic marijuana. He was staying in a boardwalk hotel room, and he and his wife actually turned themselves in. They were arrested. And all I can say to this, you'd think that this guy, who's an exterminator, who knows so much about roaches, wouldn't have had this problem. Don't you think? If you know this much about roaches as an exterminator, how do you get caught having weed? How does that happen? I don't know. Having a doobie. Okay. All right, now this is getting even closer to local news. Lafayette is going to cut ties. This came out last week in the news. Lafayette is going to cut ties with Broussard. And I don't really have a whole lot for you about this. I just think it's interesting. Joey Durrell, I'm not going to read his statement, but he made this long statement about why it's happening and cited various reasons that the administration of Broussard is not being very helpful. All I say about this is, look, can't we all get along? Because what are you talking about? Are you going to say, okay, well, is Broussard going to secede from Lafayette Parish and become its own entity, and then is it going to try to get Youngsville to go along with it? And then we're going to have like a civil war in Louisiana? Okay, Louisiana is one of the last few normal places in this country. Do you really want to have a civil war in the heart of Cajun country where you're going to have people picking sides? Well, I'm part of the Youngsville-Broussard Union, and well, I'm part of the Lafayette whatever, or the am I talking the Broussard-Youngsville Confederacy or something? I just think it's a bad move. I don't know, Joey, if you're watching this show, right, why don't you give it a second try? Give peace a try, buddy. Huh? Peace is flowing like a river. It can flow from me to you, from you to Broussard. Make it happen, Captain. All right, now, like I said, A lot of weird, folks, has been happening, and I want to get serious with you right now. There's been a lot of weird stuff in the news, and probably the weirdest and most disturbing has been this rash of cannibalistic attacks that have gone on. The media, being the media, has blown some of it out of proportion, and others they've been pretty accurate in. It all started with a guy in Miami who found a homeless person and then attacked him, and then actually, as you may or may not know, he attacked this homeless person. By the way, the attacker was completely nude. I just think that's a significant part of the story. And then he proceeded to eat the man's face. When police got there, okay, now this happened on a freeway, from what I remember of the story. When police got there, they ordered him to desist. He turned, and I can just picture this in my mind because I'm very, very, very sick and imaginative. He turns with, from what they described, they said the flesh hanging from his mouth, and growled at the police officer. They put a few rounds in him to take him down. They're citing this as a case of bath salts. Now, I don't know anything about drugs, not the illegal kind. I mean, my favorite legal drug is caffeine. But what I don't know anything about bath salts. I've done a little reading, and it's very, very, very scary stuff. It's got like psychotropic side effects, and it can be very deadly. It's almost on the level of, it's got some of the components of methamphetamines. I'm going to go ahead and put it out there that maybe on bath salts, okay, a person would eat another person's face. Maybe. I also want to put it out there that while I don't think we're talking about the fictional Romero zombie, okay, George Romero, Night of the Living Dead, Walking Dead, that kind of zombie that you have to kill the brain and, etc. I think we might, this may not be bath salts. And I'm no conspiracy theorist, but I do like to theorize about conspiracies. And I got to tell you, have an open brain. I mean, I'm sorry, keep an open mind about this zombie possibility, because we don't know. There are things we don't know. And just to make it brief, if anyone tries to eat you, okay, a human being, or I guess an animal too, but if a human being tries to eat you and you have the means, just go for the head first, okay? Just take it from a nerd and a zombie fan, okay, and a geek. Go for the head first, okay? Have a nerd with you, because we know how to take these guys out. But if they come to eat you, you want to, if you have a gun, blow their head off. If you've got a Phillips screwdriver, you want to go through the eyeball. Whatever you got to do, okay? Take the head out. Now, if it turns out to be bath salts and not really a zombie, okay, well, but they didn't eat you, is my point. Go for the head, okay? That might turn some of you off, might be pretty graphic. I'm just trying to save some lives. I'm doing my part. I'm doing my part for the community. That is my Ted Kennedy accent. Doing my part. Anyway, that was my brief Big Show editorial. Well, here it's time for the first Big Show joke spotlight, right before we move on to our guest. And in the Big Show joke spotlight, I will, of course, give you a joke that I think you can use to impress friends, and perhaps, who knows what could happen. So here it is. This one is, I'm going to give credit to this guy through a nickname that I have for him. His name is T-Corm, all right? Some of you will know who T-Corm is, and I think this is one of my favorite jokes. I laughed. I raffled quite a long time when I heard this, and again, I was on the edge of mayoing, though. I almost MAO'd on the floor, but I didn't. But man, did I raffle? Yeah, a lot of raffling when I heard this. Here we go. A termite walks into a bar and asks, "Is the bartender here?" Now, I'll give you that again one more time. A termite walks into a bar and asks, "Is the bartender here?" A termite walks into a bar and asks, "Is the bartender here?" Okay? That's my first one. Think about it. If you don't get it, ask someone for help with that. I think it's gold myself, but that's my kind of sense of humor. So, well, we'll be right back, folks, with our mystery guest. Please, I hope you'll still come back to watch. And then after that, we will, of course, have the very first Big Show Geek Peek. See you in a bit. Hi, folks. We're back with the very first, maybe the only mystery guest that I ever have, and you're about to see why he's a mystery guest. I didn't want to cause any crazy hype and have my house stormed by people fascinated to come and see this guest in person. My guest, as I posted on Twitter, by the way, the Big Show is now on Twitter. The Twitter is hashtag I think that's how you do it there, right? Hashtag Mo, and then no space, show. Mo Show. So hashtag Mo Show. You find that on, search for Mo Show. And show is spelled S-H-E-A-U-X. Then you'll find us on Twitter. I put on Twitter yesterday, for all people that might have read it, that this guy has horrible dental hygiene, and you know who he is. When you see him, you'll be like, oh yeah, I've seen him in movies, and horrible dental hygiene, but he's just a hell of a conversationalist. Now, I should say before I bring him out that I had to go through some legal hoops to get this guy to come, and not only that, but then I had to go ahead and sign paperwork, legally binding contracts that basically said I will first of all make sure that I provide any food that he wants, and this kid can eat, but then that I will make sure I only ask questions in the form or yes or no questions, basically. Okay, so I can't ask any probing questions. They have to be yes or no questions. And so I wanted the guy to be here, and I thought, okay, well, that's kind of weird, but whatever. I can roll with the best of them. I also enjoy sweet rolls. There's a connection there for you. So without further ado, I will bring out my special mystery guest, and here he is, folks. Mr. Yoda, if you'd like to go ahead and say hi to the camera. Do you want to wave? Okay, well, that was disturbing. How do you want to do this, buddy? You want to do this? Yeah, let's do that. Now you're not going to be seeing the camera, I don't think. I think that's good. I think we're okay. Now, Yoda, do you have anything, first of all, before we start? Do you have anything you want to say? Because I think I remember your handler told me your agent said you might have something to say to us.
The Force and its wisdom are all around us. Ask you a yes or no question. Sense the Force in my left hand. Press it and answer you. I will.
Okay, so I'm going to just be real honest right off the bat, buddy. Having to squeeze your hand for you to talk to me is a little weird. I mean, it's very weird, actually, Yoda. It's very high on the weirdometer, if you will. Well, it's good to have you on the show, first of all, and here you are. You're in beautiful South Louisiana, and I would think, being a Star Wars fan, I've seen all the films. We won't get into which are better, and we won't do that because your pal Georgie, your boss, is watching. And are you cold? You keep shaking. But we will not get into that. But I've seen your work, and I really enjoy it. You're retired now, I guess, with the last movie being over and all. But here's my question. First of all, South Louisiana, a lot like Dagobah. It's hot here. It's very humid. So being here in South Louisiana, in Acadiana, do you enjoy the weather here?
Tickled me, you have.
Wow. Oh, man. This is a little awkward. I didn't mean to tickle you. That, I'm sorry. And by the way, that was weird for both of us, I think. And okay. But no, seriously, do you I'll try to tickle you this time. Do you enjoy the weather down here so far?
Masking the future is a disturbance in the Force.
Masking the future is a disturbance in the Force. Sure. Well, we've all had those days. Okay. Well, I think maybe you don't want to answer that question about the weather, so we'll move on. I don't know what that is about a disturbance in the Force, but anyway. Well, I have some questions I've prepared for you here, old buddy. Is it okay if I call you old buddy, by the way?
Tickled me, you have.
Okay. Oh, dear God. I'm sorry about the tickling. You couldn't have fixed your hair when you knew you were going to be on video here, and what is that? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Did I offend you there with the hair?
Yes, I sense this is.
I'm sorry. Sincerely, we're right here. I am sincerely sorry. That hey, let's do a little staring contest. Ready, set, go. You got me again, man. You have steely resolve, my friend. All right, well, let's move on. First of all, I thought we would talk about we talked about the weather, but you're here in South Louisiana, and it's like a swamp just about everywhere you go. It's not far that you'll find. You don't have to go far to find swamp-esque settings. I don't know what I'm even talking about. But do you like the area? Do you like the sites? Have you maybe gone? Let me ask it this way, because remember, yes or no question. Have you taken in any of the sights of this area?
Difficult to see. Always in motion, the Force.
Okay. Well, Won't dispute that because I really wouldn't know. I would know that that's evading the question. This is like the third time so far you've done that, and I'm going to be frank with you. It's a little rude. It's a little rude. Let's not get touchy here. But still, man, come on. Okay, can you answer one question straight up for me? Have you enjoyed the sights? Have you gone on any tours or anything? Have you gone to any historic places?
Difficult to see. Always in motion, the Force.
Okay, I was assured in talking to your agent and in signing the paperwork that this would not happen. I was told, Yoda, he's a stand-up guy. Yoda, he's going to work with me. Yoda's going to give me some good answers. Calm down. I think you're a little nervous. You seem to be trembling a lot. Maybe there's just, I know the hair is kind of wild. You look like Einstein put his tongue in an electrical socket. I don't know. Calm down. Shh, do some deep breathing. Right? Yeah, I'm better. Okay, how about you? You ready to answer this? Let's move on. We have a lot of great music here in South Louisiana. In Lafayette especially, there's a lot of bands and such. Have you had a chance to listen to any of the local music?
Disturbing this question.
Okay, well.
Meditate on this, I will.
You're going to meditate on this? Is that what you're going to do? Because I got to be honest, it's a simple question. There's no meditating on something you know you did. So I'll ask you again. Did you listen to any of the local music here that we have?
The answer you seek is yes.
Oh, you did? Okay. Well, we're getting somewhere, folks. We put the pedal to the metal, and now we're going down the road. I don't know what that means. But that's great. You went ahead and listened to some music. Did you hear Bag of Donuts?
Clear your mind of questions. Only then the answer will you see.
Okay, well, just to let you know, this is not a telepathic talk show. I have to ask questions, and I can't clear my mind of them because then there's no content. So, not going to be able to do that, buddy. You're really evasive. Did you maybe, okay, not Bag of Donuts, did you maybe go out and hear Nickel Beer?
The answer you seek is no.
No Nickel Beer. Okay, well, look, I thank you for answering that directly. It's about time. Good call. You like coffee? Do you have coffee over on Dagobah?
Disturbing this question.
Okay, I don't think it's that disturbing.
On this, I will.
No, either you have coffee and you like it, or you don't have coffee. It's pretty simple. Yes or no. All right. Well, you're a troublester. You're a bit of a pixie, aren't you? Let me ask you this, yo. Can I call you yo? Is that all right if I call you yo?
Much to learn you still have.
Yeah.
You must feel the Force around you.
Sure. Well,
the answer then clear will become.
I'm feeling something else around me right now, and it's called pure unbridled rage. But we're going to be fine. Do you like coffee? I think is what I asked.
This even Yoda cannot see.
That's not right. Because, okay, well, why is it that Yoda can't see it? Who else would know if he likes coffee? But you can see that, can't you? All right, let's move on. This is going down. Let's talk about George Lucas a little bit, yo. I'm sorry. Is it okay if I call you yo, really?
The answer you seek is yes.
Okay, good, yo. So, yo, let's talk about Georgie. Now, look, I know he's your boss, and I know you've got a lot of coin from him, right? I mean, he's probably set you up with a nice place in the retirement years that you're in. But I would imagine that it's still hard to work for this guy. Was he a bit of a taskmaster on set? Was George, because he tries to look like this fuzzy bear kind of personality with a beard, but was he pretty harsh on set?
Yes, I sense this is.
Yeah. Well, that's what we figured watching all this time. And did he ever yell at you? Did he yell at you, maybe?
Masking the future is a disturbance in the Force.
Okay, you don't want to answer that. Well, I understand. Look, I know that you've got to make sure you don't bite the hand that feeds you, okay? Or in this case, don't cut open the tauntaun that keeps you warm, right? That's a Star Wars reference for the really geeky people out there. Hey, let me ask you this, Yoda. What about that goiter? Because George, he's got this pod. It's like he's growing another. It's like he's going to subdivide, like he's a cell or an amoeba, and it's just like growing right here. This thing under his neck. Did that scare you ever?
Simple question you ask. No, I answer.
No. Okay. Well, am I being harsh? I mean, I know a lot of people have mentioned the goiter. Am I being harsh?
Difficult question you ask. Answer not clear.
Then methinks you agree a little bit. Okay, let me ask you this. Natalie Portman got to work with her in the new movies. And yes, Yes, I'm a fan of Natalie Portman. You think Natalie's hot?
Yes, I sense this
Yeah,
is.
buddy. Now we're getting somewhere. She's a lovely young lady. You got to work with her for quite a while. Did you two maybe? I hate to be like TMZ or Entertainment Tonight, or smutty here, but did you ever have a little thing for Natalie?
Strong I am with the Force, but not that strong
Yeah.
to see the Emperor.
Right. Yeah, I know what you're saying, buddy. She seems like she's got some high standards, and let's face it, she probably wouldn't go for me. She's not going to go for you. You're like 4 foot whatever. You're green. You look like a prune. Your hair is horrible. You lived in a swamp for a very long time. Well, this is pre-swamp. You're 900 years old. I mean, why would she possibly be interested? Too harsh? Did that? I'm sorry. Did that hurt your feelings?
Yes, I sense this is.
I apologize. Really. But let's move on. 900 years old. Now that's a long time. What do you? Are you starting to feel any pain? Do you feel like back pain and such from being 900 years old?
Much to learn you still have. You must feel the Force around you.
Yeah,
The answer then clear will become.
Sure. You would think I would know as an interviewer by now. Don't ask age-related questions, right? Okay, well, let's move on to kind of going back to the Natalie, but not about Nat. I like to call her Nat. She doesn't mind if I call her Nat when I send her emails of the disturbing quality. I don't. And now this has become awkward. Do you have a lady right now? Do you have a current love interest?
Masking the future is a disturbance of the Force.
Yo, look, buddy. It's Moses, okay? We're buds. We're pals, man. I've paid a lot of your house note, and you're keeping you dressed in that fancy little robe you got there, man. And the lightsaber charging can't be cheap. I've paid a lot of that money. I bought a lot of products, Star Wars related, and so I would think that you could answer a question for me. Okay, can you do that? Do you have a little romantic interest right now?
No, I sense this is.
No. Yo. Come on, man. For my audience, for me, don't be hating, whatever that means. Don't lie. Come on, really. Do you have a lady right now?
You must feel the Force around you.
Okay.
The answer then clear will become.
All right, I get where this is a little too awkward for you. I get it. I dig it, man. I can dig it. Let me ask you this though: when you do have, whether you do or not, but which kind of ladies do you prefer? Do you like blondes?
No, I feel this will be.
No. Okay. You feel this will be, so it just depends on, whatever. I mean, you meet a lady and a lady friend, a pal, and it doesn't matter, maybe. You don't care so much. How about blondes? Not blondes, brunettes. Do you like brunettes?
The answer you seek is no.
No. Okay. How about redheads? Do you prefer redheads?
No, I feel this will be.
All right, well, that only leaves, women with no hair? Like yourself? Do you like bald women?
Strong I am with the Force, but not that strong to see the answer.
Not that strong, sure. Well, this has been a bizarre and strange interview. You've evaded all of my good questions. Let me ask you this. When you are, I'm going to stick on this because I think it's a good topic. When you do date, do you go for somebody your own age in the 900-year realm?
No, I feel this will be.
Really? Well, what do you go for? Do you like a younger woman?
No, I sense this is.
Do you like, hard to believe, do you like the older ladies?
This even Yoda cannot see.
Right. Come on, give us a bone. Throw me a bone here, buddy, huh? Come on, do you like the older ladies, the older gals?
No, I sense this is.
Well, if you don't like them younger and you don't like them older, then I'm guessing you like the 900-year-old ladies.
You must feel the Force around you.
Yeah.
The answer then clear will become.
I didn't know I wouldn't be able to talk about your love life there, buddy. All right, Yoda. Well, look, it's been great having you. I think probably not. You helped me out in a pinch because I needed a guest, and I appreciate that. Are you going to be leaving tonight? That's what I heard? You're flying back to L.A. tonight? Is that right?
Simple question you ask. Yes, I answer.
All right. Well, listen, it's been great having you. We hope that you enjoyed being in South Louisiana. Anytime you want to come back on the show and feel like answering questions directly, please do. And good luck to y'all with the Star Wars thing. I hope it works out. Enjoy your time in retirement there. Folks, Jedi Master Yoda. We'll be right back after this, or I'll be. Yoda's got to catch a plane, but I'll be back with the Geek Peek. See you later. So, buddy, thanks for being here. I mean, this means a lot, really.